Hello everybody, so just a quick update with regards to the Australia trip. Some of you have been asking for a more specific schedule. That is currently available at drukinfl.co.uk/meetingdrac, also in the text of this little community update. And I'm just going to run through it quickly for you now. There are one or two things that are still a little bit up in the air, one or two things which might get added on, but this is covering the bulk of things. So, running through it. 4th to the 5th of June, that's when I'm flying from London to Perth, taking off on the 4th, landing at some point on the 5th, and then sorting myself out in hotel, etc. On the 6th, we will be in Albany, down at the Museum of the Great Southern, and possibly a couple of other bits down there. On the 7th, we'll be at the Fremantle Museums, the Western Australian Maritime Museums, the Shipwrecks and Marine Museums. So that's on the 7th. The 8th is one of those bits that's still a little bit up in the air at the moment. We may be going to Rottnest Island, but in any case, there will be an evening meetup for those of you who can't come and see us during the day at the Bathurst Beach House, which has been recommended to us, from 7 p.m. 9th of June, flying from Perth to Melbourne. 10th of June, we will be at HMAS Castlemaine. The 11th of June, either all of us or some of us will be at Polly Woodside, depending on how all the timing works out. I will be heading over to see HMAS Cerberus during that day for definite. And on the evening of the 11th of June, there will be dinner at a restaurant called the Baba Hawker, which will be theoretically starting from either 6 or 7. And again, for these evening meetups / dinners, everybody's invited. Then 12th, we're going from Melbourne to Brisbane. On the 13th, in Brisbane, basically 13th and 14th, we're at the Queensland Maritime Museum. On the evening of the 13th, again at 7 o'clock, there'll be dinner at a place called the Ship Inn. And if you come to the Queensland Maritime Museum on the 14th, we will all, so myself, Dan and Dr. Clark will be giving a series of short lectures about various naval subjects, as well as Q&A and so forth. On the 15th, we'll be flying from Brisbane to Sydney. And then on the 16th, we'll be at the Royal Australian Fleet Air Arm Museum. On the 17th, Dr. Clark can be found aboard HMS Vampire, and I can be found sailing out in the harbour on the James Craig. Then on the 18th, this is the second of three things that may be a little bit up in the air. I may be going whale watching aboard the Coral Trekker. That's going to be decided in the next 24 hours, and before Saturday UK time, that will be confirmed whether or not I'm going there. If not, I'll be at the Australian National Maritime Museum. Then on the 19th and 20th, we'll also be at the Australian National Maritime Museum, because apparently there's a lot of stuff to see there. But possibly, and I do stress possibly, on either the 19th or the 20th, I may be taking a day trip down to Canberra. Down, I think, is the correct direction, because there's some pretty nice naval stuff there as well. But, as I say, that will all be confirmed and corrected on the drukinfl.co.uk/meeting drac page within the next 24 to 48 hours. Sorry that those things are just a little bit open and flexible at the moment, but such is the way of things apparently these days. And then on the 21st, I will be flying back from Sydney to Perth to catch my flight back to London. And then, as I said, on that'll be 21st through 22nd getting back. And then on Friday, the 23rd, and then the 24th and 25th, I will be in and around Tankfest in Bovington in Dorset, England. So that's the update. Thanks very much for listening. See you again in another video, or again, see you in Australia. Also, if anybody has any recommendations for anywhere to meet up in the evening in Sydney, please drop those in the comments below as well.